timing is right. Even in the darkest moments, they close on that shining the light. I can make an earthquake nervous. I can make the sun wear a visor. I can make a wise owl see me as a daily advisor. I'm that cool shade, peaceful night that still my breath is a storm. I bet I can make the thunder clap when I perform. It's just that in the laws of nature, I'm breaking the rules. Only thing I'm bad at is being a loser. Hey, I can make time traveling a surprise. Make graveyards feel alive. Break the immortal down to his demise. I make the moon blue. I'm making pigs fly. Now I move mountains. I would have beaten the heart of a crash test dummy. I'm more so astounded. Yeah. Look up and beam to the stars so you can turn off the lights.
Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway.
From the 6. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Solid return. Pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They'll take that. 14 yards on play number 1. Another good carry there for the NFL's second leading rusher. And we've talked on air, off air about his MVP candidacy. Make a case for him.
Well, I'm just going to tell you point blank. It doesn't matter whether he's 1st or 2nd or even 3rd in the league in rushing yardage. That's not the main deal. It's how he gets those yards and the impact he has on his ball club.
He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. They're going to look to throw. Open man here, Schwartz, complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. The Seahawks at 10-2 on the year, and they come in on the heels of yet another victory. That ran their win streak, Charles, up to 7 now.
And I think that last win, that established them and stamped them, to me, as Super Bowl frontrunners. They're playing with extreme confidence, and you need that in order to go all the way.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down. They ran it and picked it up.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Olave with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Seahawks will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games, and another good start to this one, out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one. But 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Prescott on 3rd and 2. Open man Lamb, it's complete.
And he will have a Cowboys first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. A first down throw for Prescott. Over the middle, complete. It's Schultz. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it's 2nd down. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. To the air again, Prescott. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Prescott. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got 2 division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. So on 4th down, Sean McVay going to send out the field goal unit. And his kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Coming off every player's friend, the open week. Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. On play action, they'll throw. He'll buy some time right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. The 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Touchdown! A 12-yard touchdown grab. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. A try here for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So that drive, 4 plays. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
On third down, it's Prescott. And that's complete to Cooks. Finding space at the 40. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Prescott looks to throw on first. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And they're going to get this up to midfield. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. On second down, Elliott. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Prescott from the gun. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 20-yard line. A first down carry by Elliott. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. 2nd and 9. To throw is Prescott. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. 3rd and long for Prescott. He gets it to Cooks. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now it's Chris Boswell on for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. Boswell's kick is good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
Quick throw to Olave. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And incomplete on the deep ball. Try to get that one to Chris Olave, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Oh, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly, they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
Got an open man. It's Olave. He's got the first down and more. And he's going to get this down near the 25. It's a big play there for Seattle. 48 yards. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Walker now on 1st and 10. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. 47 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get... And he will not be denied. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Ken Walker with career touchdown number 156. That ties him with Terrell Owens for 5th all-time. And the Seahawks take a 3-touchdown lead. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Prescott got a man. It's complete to Jelani Woods. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Meanwhile, Dak's throw pulled in by Lamb. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They'll throw again. Prescott. Oh, he brings it in off the deflection. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Prescott. He finds his man, complete. It's Schultz. And he's going to get this down near the 25. From the 25 on 2nd down. Prescott. This is caught. It's Cooks. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Here's Prescott. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Schultz. So we've come upon... All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And taken right on the 30. So holding there on the return, and that'll back them up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
On 2nd down, it's Walker. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 65 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Now a throw here to his running back.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
A lot of effort there for just a 3-yard gain, and now 2nd down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That'll pick up the 1st down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a 1st down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Kenneth Walker with career touchdown number 157, moving him past Terrell Owens and into a tie with Randy Moss for 4th on the all-time list. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Fields it right around the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Prescott on 1st down. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Throwing again on 2nd down. Prescott left side to Lamb. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 22-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. 10th carry now for Elliott. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
On 2nd and 12, Prescott. Out of his hands quickly to CeeDee Lamb. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there, 21 yards. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Now Elliott. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop it behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. They'll try again with Elliott. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop it behind the line. 3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Looking to throw. Prescott. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Schultz. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll be caught behind the line of scrimmage at the 3. They tried to let the fullback pound it in between the tackles, but he stopped up short. And the Seahawks able to come up with a goal line stand. They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A little costly there. You wipe out the first down. You also move further back.
No doubt about it. So you went from moving the sticks to them staying in the same spot, except for that one guy carrying the yard marker. He moves back farther.
And I think we've got a hold here. It's a 5-yard pickup for the moment. Let's see what our referee says. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Now a play fake here on first down. They'll roll him out right. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
And he fires one that's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he puts this one through. It makes our score 31-10. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Takes it at the 7. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And that pick 6 a moment ago doesn't change things too much. They still seem pretty comfortable with a 3-possession fourth-quarter lead. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 9 yards that time.
After the costly interception late, good job by him to keep it himself that time. Just tuck it, run it, and scramble for the marker. Don't give the coverage another chance at taking it away from you.
Straight ahead, Walker. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. It's a big play there for Seattle. 42 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Here's Walker. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Ken Walker with career touchdown number 158. That pushes him past Randy Moss and into 4th place all time. And the Seahawks add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point right down the middle, and that'll increase their lead to 28. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. Draw play, Elliott. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Prescott. They find some open field here. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 15-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one. Decided affair. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Throwing. Prescott. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have recovered.
You've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. He's got him in, complete. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
They'll wind up losing about a dozen on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He's got his man. It's Gallup. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down. Desperation time. Prescott on fourth. He rifles one that's intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things, but these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Prescott. That is caught by Lamb. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. One last shot now for Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice. Obviously, your training camps, your off season. But on